as many of you may know, Card Market has started to stock Digimon cards. Now, that is a big deal for us in the UK and Europe. It means that we get access to cheaper Digimon singles rather than relying on places like, you know, Facebook Marketplace or eBay. So that happened a couple of weeks ago, and maybe like even a month or so ago. Now the Digimon singles card market in Europe has started to kind of like settle, kind of like find its place, as people have been uploading cards and jostling for like the lowest price so they can like sell their stuff off, and then things going up and down depending on the meta and people buying cards, all of the things that you already know, etc, etc. I went on there yesterday to kind of have a gander through because there are gaps in my collection. There are a couple of BT5 singles that I wanted to pick up, the alternate arts, and I realised just how cheap some of these cards are. Of course, those in America, you already have your Card Market equivalent. So I think you guys have had your kind of cheaper singles for a while, but for us in Europe, this is a new thing and this is amazing. This is just like so good. So if we look at Card Market here, what I've done is I've put all the Digimon singles from most expensive to kind of like the lowest price. So we can get kind of, I guess, what are the most expensive cards in the game right now. Unsurprisingly, like I've been harping on constantly about tournament cards, and please attend tournaments. The tournament cards are the most expensive. Of course, these are the winning tournament cards. No surprise. I mean, there's very, very few of these out on the market. For example, like this card here is basically the reason why I'm no longer going for every single War Greymon card collection because of this guy. But there's only 4 for sale, 3 that I only can get, and they're at two grand. If we go for something like this, we just have a look. There's the one for sale at 8 grand. If you happen to have that cash spare, you can go and buy some of these winning tournament cards. I mean, they are very beautiful. These metal cards are absolutely gorgeous. Also, unsurprisingly, this isn't a tournament card. This is the Omnimon Ghost Rare from BT6. It is so difficult to pull. That's why it's so expensive. I know someone who has opened up like a whole goddamn palette, and there was only the one Ghost Rare in that whole palette. So it's understandable why it's so pricey. One day I'll own him. And this Greymon card as well. All of these are gorgeous. All of these like judge cards, tournament cards, etc, are quite pricey. So what I'm going to do, instead of just showing the most expensive down, I'm going to go through expansions, because I'm talking specifically about box cards. So right, let's go back all the way to the beginning and look at the most expensive cards from the very first set. And I am going to outright say that price here, that £54. So I bought my Omnimon, like alternate art, for 80 ages ago, like ages and ages. Look at that graph go down. Yeah, so I bought it at 80. So I thought that it would never go below 80, like, to be honest. Like, I bought it then, and as well, like, I just wanted to get my master set done, and I wanted to get the most expensive cards out the way relatively early. I did wait a bit to see if it would go down more, but it was like hovering over 100, 120, 100, 140, 100. So when I saw it go for 80, I was like, right, I need to nab it. Okay, so right now I can get it 60. Okay, it's 60 quid. So that's 20 quid lower than what I paid for. It may go down more, this card. Like, potentially. I mean, no one is using this in the meta, but it is an old card. You know, this is from the very first set, and this is the chase. This is the chase from the first set. This is the one that's going to age really, really well. That is a decent price. That is a decent price to pick it up. This graph here does suggest it's going to keep going down, but like, I don't know by how much. Yeah, I'm just saying that is way cheaper than I thought that would ever go. Beelzemon, I actually think I picked this up for 40, so this is still in the range that I picked it up as. These cards are interesting. So these cards are like the collector's cards. Well, I think this one is here because it's a meta card. This as well, a lot of people are playing Lilith Loop, but I think this is just like waifu bait, to be honest. And again, this is cheaper than what I bought. So I bought mine for 50. I honestly thought this would not go down lower than 50 quid because now Card Market is here and lowered the price of everything. This card is now 32. Again, it's like one of those cards that is gonna age really well. I mean, look, War Greymon, my favorite War Greymon card from this set. 20 quid. 20 quid Beelzebub's Secret. 15 for the secret rare. Lilith, the most expensive super rare, obviously, at £12.50. 8 quid. 8 quid for the Metal Garurumon. And now, look, we're starting to get really cheap. Look, that's £7 for the Metal Garurumon. All of these are cheap, 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 cheap. And then we go to the other cards in the normal super rares. So, apart from, like, some of these chunky boys at top, and the rest of these are decently priced. If we go to 1.5, let's have a look. So, only this one. These, you see, this is insane. So this is my favorite boy here, this Blackwall Greymon. The Omnimon, like the Omnimon Secret Rare and the Omnimon Alternate Art. Secret rare for the box, and these alternate arts are really hard to hit. Yeah, like 15 quid. Mastermon, £12. Imperial alternate art, £12. Shine Greymon, 10. These are, that secret rare alternate art is a tenner. And then like Davis, of course. it's just a staple meta card. Less than a fiver for an alternate art for a box. Imagine if this was your box. You bought a box at like, what, 60 quid, let's say, for 1.5, and these were your 2 hits. Yeah, I would be angry. If you want to buy a box and you've never opened the box before, 100% go for it. But I've always said that singles are cheaper. Even more now, that is the case. Like £2 for this Garurumon. Like the Imperial Super Rare is more expensive than the alternate art. Some of these old alternate arts are so cheap. Okay, now let's have a look at Great Legend. I am actually really interested. No, not promos, you idiot. Great Legend, the most expensive. Okay, Lucemon, makes sense. Ancient Greymon, interesting. I didn't expect that. I think I paid like 40 for mine, so this is like a tenner cheaper. It's only 13, 14 pound, 12 pound, tenner, 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 8 pound, 7 pound 50, 7 pound for that incredible Dan Devimon, 6, 5, yeah, 4 quid. These are so cheap. 2 pound 50 for the All Art Blastmon. If you're looking for master sets, now is a good time to pick them up that you are missing. This is what I was looking at the other day, Battle of Omni. So, you know, these are still pricey because they're still meta, so it makes sense. And then you get this great jump down. You know, that's the secret rare alternate art for like £17. And then now we've got like 8 quid. 8 quid, 8 quid, £7, £6.30, £6.30, a fiver, and then these are like £2.50, £3.30. So cheap. These are so cheap. And then if we look at Double Diamond, I can see where there's going to be a bit more pricey cards here. Yeah, so obviously this. Beal Starmon, alternate art, 30 quid, Alphamon, alternate art, 25. I still need these. Yeah, this has gone down. It's kind of settled. I may pick this up sooner rather than later. I don't see these getting cheaper. I'm surprised actually how cheap these Systemons are. I need this, so I think I'm going to pick this up. Though the one thing about these sites is that because I'm from the UK, the shipping on this is going to be quite pricey. So it's always worth checking eBay or Facebook Marketplace to check to see if you can, oh, that's interesting, that has gone up recently, to check to see if you can find cheaper versions on those platforms, just because shipping just does add just like a little bit. This is only a tenner. This is a crime. That is a literal crime. This Agumon alternate art with the flowers is £5. That is ridiculous. Such a good card, such a good looking card. But again, Digimon is still very much a player's market. The collectors, I mean, we're here. We are here. These cards are really influenced by the meta, and because no one is playing Agumon, because there's no one who wants 4 of these Agumon cards for their Agumon decks. These is so cheap. It's actually so surprising, like £3, £2, £2.50. Yeah, these are so cheap. Like even the waifu cards. I remember when this card was £60. I remember seeing this sold on eBay for like 60 quid. Even the latest set. I'm actually curious, what's the latest set? Okay, yeah, this is all to do with X antibody hype. But yeah, that's not bad price, £16. If these other like sets are any indication, I feel like when these come out of the meta, this is just gonna drop. So I feel like this is probably can go down more. I mean, I can't, this is such a good looking card and that's only £7.55. Even the Strabimon. So I feel like these will go down a little bit, maybe, some of these more expensive cards. It's like if we have a look, oh, it's gone up again. Yeah, this is such a weird card. It's such a such a silly card with such a silly history. I do need this one, but I think I may wait a little bit to see if it drops. I don't know. Oh, it may drop to 25 like BT6. It may. I just wanted to make this video to kind of like share how some of these singles, the US, you have your own card market, but at least here in Europe, now that Digimon is much more widely available on this like site, it has made so many cards cheap. Please just be aware of that. Boxes are now cheap as well. Like, you can get some good boxes. So if you wanted to just buy a box to open because you haven't opened the set before, please don't pay retail. You can get below retail very, very easily. You just got to look for it. Of course, it will all depend about where you are in the world and how accessible the Digimon cards are for you. But at least if you're from the UK, I know there are places which are selling them, you know, quite a bit below retail.